What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the VetRise Podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about adjust fires. When things do not go as planned, and let's just say you had a plan of going to the gym 5 times this week and you only made it once, you have to look back at your week and figure out what did not go right and what you can change to make sure that next week is different. Here we go. Welcome to the VetRise Podcast. I'm your host, Juan Perez. My goal is to make success after service accessible to every veteran in society. I believe in the power of leveraging your service, not as a label that defines you, but as a launching pad for your next chapter. What we have been doing has not been working, and it's on us to start changing the culture. Enjoy the episode, and thank you for your time. You had a plan. You were going to go to the gym 5 times this week, but yet somehow you only made it to the gym 3 times this week, or maybe 2 times. Maybe the plan was to go 3 times and you only went once. Because this happens, you have to adjust fires. You have to pay attention to your week. You have to look back at your calendar. And by the way, if you are not using your calendar, you are wrong. You have to be able to use your calendar religiously. It is your way of making sure that you follow through with what you said you were going to do. So you open up your calendar. And in your calendar, you should have your gym time in there. You should have travel time. You should have the time that you want to be in the gym. And you should make sure that it is scheduled in there. And why not throw the address in there? So when you open up your calendar, you literally click on it and it will drive you to your gym location. It'll tell you what your travel time is. Now, we have that in there, right? That is the first thing that you have to have. You have to have a regimented schedule that you follow religiously. So Monday happened. You missed the gym. Okay, let's keep going. Tuesday rolls around. You don't have a gym day, but you tell yourself, well, I already missed it on Monday. I'm going to go tomorrow. Wednesday comes around. You're able to wake up on time and you go to the gym. Beautiful. I'm fucking proud of you. Thursday rolls around and you don't think about moving that workout from Monday to Thursday because you tell yourself, well, I'm already busy as it is. I need to wait till Friday. Friday rolls around. And this morning you woke up and you did not go to the gym because you were feeling lazy. Maybe you didn't have it on your calendar. Maybe you forgot. Maybe something happened that threw your schedule off. And then tomorrow it's Saturday. And then Saturday rolls around and you tell yourself, well, I have to start over next week. If you don't stop, sit down and look at your calendar and adjust fires, nothing will change. Guess what? Next week will roll around. You're going to have the same issues. So we need to adjust fires, which means we stop. We have something in our calendar that is a hard stop for us. And it helps us review our week. So I have it in my calendar. Every single week on Sunday, I have goal setting and review, which means that I look at my week and I look at what did not go right. What did I miss on? Where do I need to adjust fires? And if I look at my Monday and my Sunday night, I stayed up way too late, I need to make sure that I have a bedtime on my calendar for Sundays, right? I need to make sure that I have a bedtime on my calendar and I follow it. If you don't follow it, then what's the point of having everything on your calendar? Monday, you did not put travel time in your calendar for your gym. So therefore, you thought you wouldn't have enough time. So you said, I'm not doing it. Maybe you have 5 things on your calendar for Monday when you could actually move 3 of those things to Tuesday. Give yourself more time to be able to hit the gym on Monday. Now, Tuesday rolls around. You went to the gym on Monday now, right? Because you know that you adjusted fires. Tuesday rolls around. Now you put more stuff on your calendar from Monday. And you're planning out your week. You look at Wednesday. Wednesday, you were able to hit the gym. Wednesday, there was no issue. You hit the gym just fine. Beautiful. Look at your Thursday and your Friday because obviously something happened last week that prevented you from going to the gym on Friday. Now, if it was meal prep or you had to take your kids somewhere or maybe you stayed late at work on Thursday night, account for that. So if every Thursday night you have some sort of meeting that goes late into the day and you keep missing your Friday workout, you need to adjust fires. Maybe you need to set some boundaries at work. Maybe you need to leave work when you're supposed to leave work. Maybe that Friday workout needs to move to Saturday. The only way to make a change, the only way to realize what needs to change, what needs to shift is by paying attention. Be a freaking nerd to your calendar. Shift stuff around. So I look at my calendar every Sunday and I look back. And the things that not go as planned, if I miss on something, I'm not going to just leave it up to chance next week. Something needs to change. You need to adjust fires. You need to be your own leader. No one is doing this for you. No one is planning your life for you. You need to be accountable to yourself. So if you don't have everything on your calendar, if you don't have your breakfast time, your lunch time, your dinner time, your training time, your meal prep time somewhere in your calendar, it's not going to get done. One of the biggest things that my clients in my program tell me is that they have trouble with scheduling. The way that we shift our perspective is by actually following what we said we were going to do. If you are willing to put stuff on your calendar, because your calendar is yours, set boundaries, nobody gets to dictate your time besides you. So, on your calendar, you need to have everything in there. If you want it to get done, it needs to get done. I have a recurring event on my calendar every 3 months. Change oil on vehicle. I have a recurring event on my calendar every week. Plan on my week. I have a recurring event on my calendar that says meal prep time. I have a recurring event on my calendar for my Mindset Mondays and my Thriving Thursdays coaching calls that I do with my clients. Every other weekend, I have bi-weekly check-ins with my clients. I respect that time because I want to give you a little hidden nugget, a little super secret sauce here. I do not experience as much anxiety when I plan everything out because I don't have to worry about, when am I going to do this? It's going to get done. It's on my calendar. Now, if I don't have it on my calendar, if I don't follow my rules and my routines and my rituals that I have in place, it won't get done. But if I start thinking right now about, I have to make sure that I get the laundry done, I'm going to start getting anxiety about, I have all these dishes, or I have the laundry, or I have to pick up my kids at a certain time. Be your own assistant. Put it on your calendar. Put the travel time in there. Adjust fires as needed every single week. And you will alleviate the anxiety. You won't wonder if it's going to get done or not. You know it's going to get done because it's on your calendar and you're following it. We have this very, 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 very bad mentality of I just have to be busy. I just have to be productive. What does that mean? What do you get out of it? If you are always busy and you are always staying productive, is it just because you are not allowing yourself to plan stuff out so it gets done? Everything should be accounted for. Every second counts. I have a sign on my wall that says every second counts, and it's right by my clock. And the reason I have that is because I want to remind myself that if it is not accounted for, it will be lost. And I want you guys to challenge yourselves and think of this in every aspect of your life, with your finances, with your time, with your progress in life. If you don't have a plan for it, it won't happen. Now, do not get it twisted. I'm not telling you to plan and plan and plan and never take action on it. Doing the thing is doing the thing. Planning to do it one day is not doing the thing. So, if this next upcoming week, today's Friday, tomorrow is Saturday, the day after Sunday, if you want to change next week and adjust fires from this week, you have to make sure that you put something on your calendar that repeats weekly that says, review last week and make changes to next week. Or review goals and set new ones for the next week. Have something on your calendar that is a time block, not a to-do list, a time block that says you need to do this at this time. And if you have to set boundaries with your loved ones, with your family, if you have to tell your kids, at this point, I'm going to be busy doing this, do that. Start setting boundaries. Start respecting yourself. Stop answering the phone call every time it answers. Stop feeling like you have to reply to every text message. You don't. Start following the rules that you are setting for yourself. Set the standard of what you are capable of. Because if you start doing this, if you start adjusting fires, if you start changing your schedule around to make sure that you do not miss, you will be able to alleviate anxiety. You will get things done. And before you know it, you are at that next level. And of course, new levels, new devils, right? Because now that you have boundaries, now that you have everything scheduled out, temptation will come. Your friends will hit you up on that Friday night saying, hey, you want to go out and grab drinks? Look at your calendar. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. If you have a workout Saturday morning, you best believe that if you say yes to Friday night, you are not going to be able to follow through on your Saturday morning workout. So that's when you have to make a decision. What is more important to you? The consistency of following through on your plans and achieving your goals and following through with what you said you were going to do, or sacrificing that for a night out with your friends? Now, this is me not telling you that one is more important than the other. This is me telling you that you need to decide which one is. Because if you need time with your friends because you know what, you're going through something right now and you need your support system, okay, then you better adjust your Saturday morning. You better move that calendar around a little bit. Take time, pull your phone out, and truly be the master of your life. Master your life by mastering your calendar. Back in the day when you were in the military, everything was scheduled. Everything. Downtime was scheduled. Child time. Operations time. But somebody was doing it for you. You were told what to do. You're not in anymore. You have to be the master of your life. You have to master your schedule. You have to master your rituals and your routines. Everything is on my calendar. My training time, I call it training, by the way, because I'm training for life. I'm not just working out. My breakfast time, my business time, my email reply time. I don't just look at my email randomly throughout the day. I have a scheduled time slot for doing that. I don't like having to-do lists. I like time blocking. If I have something that I have to get done, there is a schedule that I have called project time. That is when I give myself time to actually go into my calendar, look at something called project time, and then I have a list called project list, and then I tackle it one by one by one by one. But you cannot just hope that things get done. You cannot just hope that everything goes right for you. All right, let's stop for a minute. This is the part of the episode where I ask you to do me a favor. But it's not a favor for me. It's a favor for your fellow brothers and sisters that served with you. If you know someone that has been struggling, if you know someone that has been going through it right now, and you know that they want better for their life, they just don't know how to do it, please share this episode with them. It might just be exactly what they need. That's it. That's my only ask. If you want to subscribe, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Back to the episode. In 14 days, I'm leaving the police department. I am already implementing my new schedule now because I am preparing for what will happen. In 14 days, the life that I have will completely fucking flip upside down. And I need to treat myself with respect and actually show up for myself. Everything is on my shoulders. Everything. And I welcome it. Everything is upside down right now. On my TikTok platform, I cannot message anybody. And a lot of people have told me, oh, you better pull your resignation papers, or, oh, this is a sign that like right now is not the right time to do it. Hell no. This is a sign that I'm doing the right thing. This is a sign that I am headed in the right direction. This is a sign that this is the thing that I got to do. I will not cower just because things are not lining up properly. Adjust fires. The same principle that I take for using my calendar a certain way, I take that principle on in my life. If I need to adjust fires and refocus, reprioritize my week to week to make sure that I come out of this on the other side better than I went in, that's what I'm doing. Nothing will stop me. Life happens. Divorce, drinking all the time, getting fat and out of shape, losing my drive for the work that I was doing in the police department, all of that happened. The one thing that has stayed consistent through all of this is my mindset, my resolution to resolve everything, to come out on the other side of it, to make sure that this does not destroy me. And it's not easy, trust me. I have my moments, we all do. But if you go into that darkness and you do not create your own light, you will stay in that darkness. Have delusional self-belief. Tell yourself that you will freaking succeed no matter what. Be freaking delusional. It's only delusional until it's not. People will talk because they can. Let them. You're not here to convince anybody. You're not here to explain yourself. You're not here to show the world your plan because then maybe they won't start talking shit. Let them talk. Let them. If you remember your why, if you remember that you are doing this for a reason because you know that you want more for yourself and you expect more from yourself, no one can hold you to a standard that isn't yours. Create your own standard. Create the life that you want for yourself. And the way that you do that is by adjusting fires. When things do not go as planned, when you decide to launch your podcast and everything goes wrong, do it anyway. When you tell yourself that I'm going to go to the gym and then you get a flat tire, do it anyway. Shift your calendar. Make the necessary adjustments. Give yourself permission to adjust fires. You are the master of your life. You run your schedule. Nobody does it for you. Nobody tells you what you can and can't do. Not anymore. So if there's something in your life that you've been missing on, be fucking honest with yourself. Be super, super transparent with yourself. Sit down, open up your calendar on your computer, not on your phone because it's hard to do on your phone. Have a wide screen, look at it, and ask yourself, what can improve? And if your calendar is empty, then everything can improve. If you have something on your calendar that you have been missing consistently, what needs to change? Do you need another visual prompt? Do you need a reminder somewhere else where you see it visually? Do you need an alarm? Be a freaking master of your life. Because if you don't look back at your calendar, you cannot tell where you will go. Use your calendar as a roadmap to your future. Use your calendar as a roadmap to your future. The same way that we use a map to tell where we're going to go from point A to point B, your calendar is the same way. If you want to see where you are going in life, if you want to see how successful you will be, show me your calendar. Show me the plans that you have. Show me the progress you're making. Your calendar should not stay the same every single week. You should look at your calendar and pay attention to what you do not do right, and then change it. If I open up my calendar right now, and I see that I didn't do something that I was supposed to do, if I see that I told myself that I was going to go to the gym Wednesday morning, and Tuesday night I stayed up late, that is me disrespecting myself. Nobody did it to me. That is me messing up. That is me telling myself that I did not value myself enough to actually follow through with what the fuck I said I was going to do. So next week needs to be different. Next week needs to be different. Have a prompt on Tuesday night that says wind down time, turn off all the lights. Have a ritual that you follow. And the ritual can be anything that you want it to be, but let it be yours and follow it. And if you need to put a bunch of Post-it notes around your house that says turn down the lights at 7 p.m. so you start winding down. If you need to make sure that your phone goes on do not disturb mode at 7:30 p.m. If you need to make sure that at 8 p.m. there is a alarm that tells you get into bed. Do that. Make it easy for yourself. Lower your action threshold. Stop making it hard for yourself. And if you have kids, you better have a wind down routine for them too. You can't just hope that they get to bed on time. Adjust your fires. And then before you know it, it'll be Wednesday morning. You'll wake up with energy. You take the kids to daycare and you go to the gym without missing because you have lowered your action threshold. Because you paid attention that the last Wednesday morning, the house was a mess. So now you have a weekly reminder in your calendar as a time block that says clean up house. Don't just do it when you want to do it. And don't feel anxiety on Thursday night when the house is a mess if you know that on Friday between 4 to 5 p.m. you have a time slot that says clean up house. It'll get done. But you have to make adjustments. You have to call your shots. You have to adjust your fires. You have to be willing to respect yourself enough to follow through with it. It only happens when you really want it to happen. If you're just interested in change and you say that you want to be better, but you don't really follow through with it, you're losing faith in yourself. You lose integrity every time that you miss an appointment, every time that you miss a time slot, every single fucking time that you have something in your calendar and you ignore that alert because you have tens and tens of alerts on your phone that you ignore. And you haven't taken the time to remove the useless notifications that show up on your phone. You lose integrity. You lose faith in yourself. If you had a friend that consistently showed up late, that owed you money, that wasn't there when you needed them, you would stop having that person as a friend. But yet we do it to ourselves. If you had a friend that consistently did not show up on time, did not show up to the gym when they said they would show up, and you're waiting for them, continue to eat fast food even though they have meal prep at home, you would lose respect for them, yet we do it to ourselves. Treat yourself like you are someone that you love. Adjust fires. Make the necessary changes in your calendar. Stop just making to-do lists. Stop doing things randomly. Don't feel anxiety in the middle of the day because you don't have meal prep. Guess what? That means that on Sunday night, you have to schedule 3 to 4 hours to do meal prep. And maybe this Sunday, it takes you 3 or 4 hours. You would get better at it. And the next weekend, maybe you can lower that time to 2 hours. You get it done. And you go into your calendar and you adjust your time slot to 2 hours. And then Sunday night, next week, maybe you realize that you didn't get your groceries. Guess what you got to do? Yep, you guessed it. You better add into your calendar on Saturdays, order groceries. Maybe you get them delivered. Maybe you add into your calendar grocery day with family. You get to make your own schedule. Put your work schedule in there and fucking follow it. Stop staying late. They're not paying you. They're not paying you overtime. And if they are, what's worth more? Working yourself to death, doing overtime every day, or spending quality time with your family because you are actually living a healthy life because you prioritize yourself. You show up better for others when you show up better for yourself. You cannot just be interested in change. You have to be committed to it. Something I tell my clients is that motivation comes and goes. And discipline, real discipline cannot just be achieved automatically. You cannot just wake up one day and become this freaking robot of getting everything done unless you have a why. The word that I like to use, the real D word in my opinion, besides discipline, is devotion. Are you devoted to change or are you just interested in it? Or are you devoted to doing something different with your life or are you just wondering what it would be like? Are you actually devoted to this? What is your why? And you can have a lot of whys. Each why is like a log on the fire, and you have to keep that fire burning. You have to keep that fire burning. You're out now. The motivation that has to be there has to come from you. And that motivation isn't always going to be present. You have to be devoted to change. You have to be devoted to making this happen for yourself. You have to have a log on your fire that could be your son, your daughter, your future, your financial security, retiring your parents, leaving the job that you're at that you're miserable at, that you've been saying you're going to leave for the past 5 years, but yet you're still there. Getting that promotion, writing your book, having freedom, being able to fit into your pants that you haven't been able to fit into in 5 years, feeling confident when you look in the mirror. Have more than one why. The stronger the why, the better the devotion. Don't leave it up to chance. Apply the same principle. Use your calendar to plan out your life and be devoted to the changes that you're making to make sure that you follow through with it. Things don't happen by chance. Luck is not real. Luck is opportunity met with preparation. And to be prepared, you have to consistently be consistent. I promise you, tomorrow, if there was an opportunity that landed in my lap, I would be more than prepared because I consistently show up for myself, even when I don't want to. You think I want to do all this all the time? I don't. It's hard. But if it's hard, it's worth it. Don't allow yourself to leave things up for chance. Like chance is, oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world. How do you live that way? You don't like it. I know you don't. Imagine if you knew what your week would look like. And if something pops up, make a decision. Is this worth changing my regimen, my schedule, my system? Or is it not? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You decide. And if it is going to change it, you better account for what's changing. If it is Tuesday night and your friends want to go out, you have to understand that it may adjust or it may shift or it may change your Wednesday morning. And if it's going to, then you need to make that decision. Not me, not anybody else, not your husband, not your wife, not your friends, you. And if you're going to change it, then change it accordingly. Move your workout to Thursday. You didn't fail. You just adjusted fires. Thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you got some value from this. If you did, do me a favor, go and follow the new TikTok account that I have under The Real Juan Perez. This will not stop me. This has only made my resolve that much stronger. I am adding more fire to the fuel because this will not stop me. When you are going through it, when life is chaotic, that is not a sign to take your foot off the gas. That is a sign to step on it and go faster than you've ever gone before. I promise you, if it's hard, it is worth doing. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the VetRise Podcast. If today's episode inspired you, made you think, or simply gave you hope, I have a small favor to ask. Share it with just one veteran or someone you think could benefit from my message. Your share could light a spark for them. You don't know who you might save. For more insights and to join our mission, follow my socials at JP, the Veteran Coach, and explore how we can rise together. Thank you for joining us, for being part of this journey, and for believing in the power of rising together. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep rising, and never forget that we are stronger together. My name is Juan Perez, and thank you for your time.